You guys, I think it's pretty obvious with my videos that I'm not really a left-wing person. Not that I don't share some of the values that Democrats have, I just find that they've gone really off the deep end. I do align with them in some ways, I do believe in, some social safety nets. I just believe a lot of what they're pushing for has become extreme and pretty radical. In following Joe Biden's letter of, not wanting to run for president anymore, he's dropping out. Basically, Kamala Harris gets the ticket regardless. The Democrat voters don't get to pick this. No, it's the superdelegates. They get to pick this. The leftist elitists get to decide on who's going to be the candidate to run for president. If Joe Biden had decided to drop out earlier to allow for a proper primary for the Democrats, this would all be perfectly fine. But it all seems a little too convenient. People have been calling out the cognitive decline of Joe Biden since 2020, long before I started making any videos, and the leftist media knew this and just chose to ignore it or say that it's all, cheap fakes or whatever. And then the Donald Trump deletion attempt happens, and a week later we see Joe Biden drop out. But back to the topic of Kamala Harris. Dave Portnoy just put out a video on his thoughts in this whole matter, so let's go ahead and jump into that and see what he has to say.
Okay, I gotta do another rant here, and I'm gonna get, hey, pizza man, stick to pizza. Hey, sports guy, stick to sports. People are sending that. Hey, shut up, you're dangerous. Ironically, I'm sure the same exact people who were so outraged when I think it was Laura Ingram's told LeBron to shut up and dribble a basketball. They were so outraged by that. But now, when I'm talking, they don't like what I'm hearing. Stick to pizza. If you're an American citizen, you care about this country, you're always allowed to talk about what's going on in this country. So those people who are telling me, Democrats of all people, who are always the most intolerant, which is crazy, the extreme left, when they don't like what you're saying, it's suddenly shut up, no debate. So you shut up.
Yeah, no, that's been a very common thing for like the last, 5-10 years. If you say anything that these people don't like, they will come after you. And then they turn around and call you names like, fascist.
Again, I'm a libertarian. Very much pro-choice. I don't agree. I'm not religious really at all. So there's a lot on the right I don't agree with. But I fucking hate the left. I fucking hate the extreme left. And they are reminding me why I cannot vote for them. And I cannot vote for Kamala, because it's not even that they're trotting out Kamala now and they whacked Joe Biden just like I said they were gonna. They trotted him out for the debate. The fact that they've hid for years that he was a head of lettuce from the American public. It's not that they go and say, hey, all these videos that the American people see of Joe Biden literally having a dementia moment and being out of it, deep fakes, not real. And then they just reverse course and literally force him to resign by threats. Who knows what they said to him behind doors or what?
I don't know if they actually said anything to him behind doors. I mean, it's completely speculative, but it seems that way. I mean, it seems like something happened behind the scenes after the, Joe Biden has COVID thing. It seems like it's pretty likely that it's, here's the deal. You're going to endorse Kamala Harris. We already have this letter typed out for you, and this is what we're doing.
What package they came up with, Pelosi, Obama, Clooney, all pushing this old man down a flight of stairs. Forget all that. They did it fine. They hijacked democracy. No other way to say it. Kamala, newsflash, ran for president in 2020. You know how many votes she got? Zero.
None.
She was so disliked and such a bad candidate, she didn't make it to the first primary.
No, Tulsi.
And I guess she's never going to have to get a real vote because she's been handpicked on purpose by the people who have been running Joe for the last 2 or 3 years. Now they're going to try to run her and trot her out. It's disgusting. It's a hijacking of democracy. They knew Joe wasn't fit before, and they waited. Fine.
Oh, they've known for years. I mean, during the COVID thing, he basically was campaigning from, his basement. And it might be a conspiracy theory, but I feel like it's a pretty safe bet to say they were hiding him from the media because they already knew back then that he was, suffering from his dementia.
All that, fine. Take it with a grain of salt. For the Democrats, like a Rob Reiner, this is the tweet I saw, Rob Reiner, that just sent me off.
Everything he says.
Democracy is saved. Kamala's running. And all these people now, Kamala, AOC, you just said it was a coup 3 days ago, AOC. Now, Kamala. The Democrats and the left, the way they shit on our face and tell us it's 80 and sunny is so infuriating. Just admit you hijacked democracy. Just admit you don't care if Mussolini or a head of lettuce was running against Trump, you hate him so much, you're willing to trample on democracy,
glass of water,
steal the vote from the American public, the most supposedly important right an American has, the right to vote. You have stolen it from the Democratic Party. You have said you don't get to choose who runs for president.
Nope.
We do. A group of elite, small people are going to handpick and shove down your throat who you vote for.
Exactly.
Just admit that. But this democracy is saved and America is saved. It's the lowest point for democracy in my lifetime. Just 100%. Say you hate fucking Trump so much you're willing to do whatever it takes to beat Trump, and it doesn't matter what rights you steal,
set the world on
fire, or whatever, you're willing to do it. If you say that, at least I'll have an ounce of respect. But this democracy is saved when you've absolutely done the worst thing for democracy. It's like we're a third world country now, the way this thing's being run. Just say that, and at least I can have an ounce of respect. And for all the people who are being, Dave, you're dangerous. Dave, shut up. Dave, what are you talking about? Stick to pizza, stick to boards. You know not what one person who has sent me a message or tried to explain, you know not what one of them has done? Explained how I'm wrong about any of it.
And no, they will never be able to explain how Dave is wrong here because he said nothing incorrect. Everything he just said there is 100% factual. Dave here is just simply trying to be unburdened by what has been.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been?
What can be unburdened by what has been?
What can be unburdened by what has been?
What can be unburdened by what has been? What we can see, what we believe can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been?
What can be unburdened by what has been?
Who we can be unburdened by who we have been.
The Democrat voters are being completely screwed over, and they're being gaslit into believing that, yeah, this is what you want, guys. You want Kamala Harris. She's done such a good job. No, she hasn't. She has not done a good job at all. I don't need to bring up the fact that she slept with Willie Brown in order to, get a job into politics. I don't need to bring up the facts that she incarcerated like almost 2,000 people over marijuana charges while she was the DA in California. Tulsi Gabbard, when she was a Democrat back in 2020, already went after her over a few of these things.
Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California.
To me, it's not important that she's a woman or that she's black. None of that really matters to me. All I really want is the person who is best for the job, and that's it. And I'm telling you right now, Kamala Harris is not it. If you want a black female president, that's fine. I have no problem with that. I just have a problem with terrible people. There are far more better people for this job. And ultimately, someone's sex and their race is just not on my requirement list when it comes to a good candidate. Are they going to do a good job? Do they have a good track record? Kamala doesn't. I'm just saying. Anyways, you guys, like, dislike, subscribe, notification bell, and leave a comment down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.